So what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. So we're going to be diving here into the latest sneaker updates. For today's show, all of your favorite brands will be making an appearance, so stay tuned. We got some never before seen Jordan brand leaks. All of these pairs are scheduled to drop sometime coming up here in 2026. And just when you thought things were slowing down this month, it looks like Jordan brand, they're looking to shock sneakerheads with a highly anticipated sneakers that have dropped, but it's probably not exactly what you're thinking. So stay tuned for the details. Guys, if you enjoy these updates, make sure you smash the like button down below. I need everybody's support. I can't do it without you guys, so make sure you tap the like button for the only daily sneaker news show here on YouTube. And to begin, we're gonna start with a release reminder. Coming up tomorrow, we got the Action Bronson New Balance 990 V6. The raffle will be opening up coming up tomorrow, which I feel like it was a great move for Action Bronson's team to drop these via raffle style, just because I feel like it kind of makes people feel like they almost have a better chance. Now, when it comes to these high profile collaborations, such as normally you're gonna see pairs seeded or gifted out to various influencers or celebrities in an attempt to, bring some hype towards the release. Now, Action Bronson, he definitely seeded out pairs, but I would say as far as this particular one, can we really call her a celebrity or influencer? Well, matter of fact, she does fall into that category. Hopefully, this is a family show, so I'm just hoping that everybody, isn't familiar with her work that's watching. So we got Tiana Trump gifted a pair of the upcoming 990 V6s. Matter of fact, based off this clip, it looks like Action done seeded her the entire collection, which I'm not even gonna lie, if I was in his position, I would probably do the same thing, and don't ask me why. So let's go ahead and keep things moving. We got Reebok, which you rarely hear make an appearance on the show, but they actually dropped a pair today. This is the Shaqnosis. Now, generally when you think of Shaq sneakers, you're probably gonna think of like them old Payless joints from back in the day, them Bobos that everybody used to make fun of. But the Shaqnosis may actually be regarded probably as Shaq's premier signature model, dropped back with Reebok in '95. Now, as far as today's drop, it wasn't the actual OG pair, but rather this washed black, more of like a vintage age take on that classic model. So we saw Reebok drop these today for 150 bucks. And the interesting thing, they're kind of taking the hype route, dropping these in a limited capacity. They had a countdown timer. They were doing promo on Twitter and everything like that. So kind of cool to see these old school Shaqs making a return, a little blast from the past. So up next, we got Adidas, which they just hit us with the new silver metallic version of the classic Samba, which if you guys are familiar with the channel, you should already know that as far as Adidas rollout or strategy for the Samba is pretty much to just drop 1,000,001 different versions of this model, different colorways, different types, Sambas, you name it. It seems to be working for them now, but hopefully I'm just hoping that the Samba, which is a hot model right now for Adidas, doesn't like get too fizzled out or they overdo it too much. But as far as the silver metallic version, these joints are really nice. I think last year we saw Wells Bonner drop a similar version, something like this. So you could almost say that this is like kind of like the more affordable version or the budget friendly version of those Wells Bonners, but it doesn't take anything away from how great this Samba is right here. I actually like these so much that I went ahead and picked up a pair for my girl. Now, also from Adidas, we're seeing them roll out a brand new model in the Adizero Aruku. You guys are probably familiar with this model, which last year they had a little like campaign with Gunna rocking these joints or whatever. They had a little small soft launch of this sneaker, and now we got the full rollout as these did drop today pretty much everywhere. So not only do you have that OG red pair which dropped, you also got a whole wide selection of colors available right now as we speak via Adidas. So the big seller on this is that like kind of rocking sole, which I'm guessing must be super comfortable. They're also using like some new type of foam technology, and this is a model inspired by some of their like old school 2000s runners. And the cool thing about this, not only are these dropping via Adidas, they're releasing them in full family sizing. They're also dropping at all of their retail partners. So you got spots like Sneaker Politics, JD Sports. These joints are going to be everywhere. So let me know, guys, do y'all feel like this could potentially be the next big hit for Adidas? My guess would probably be not. Now, to get into today's main story, Jordan brand, they're crushing things this year. We've seen several leaks already for some 2026 drops. And as far as these next coming pairs, I actually believe this is the first time that we've ever seen these upcoming Jordan releases. So we'll see if these actually do make the cutting board, the final release. So courtesy of Sneaker Market RO, we got the upcoming Jordan 1 Low medium olive. So as far as these, I feel like the color blocking on this is solid. Again, it's just a mock-up, but hopefully these will look like what we're seeing here. So I would put these right in line with say like the Mochas, the Obsidian Lows, the Rookie of the Year. Just a solid Jordan 1 Low release. The colorways super wearable, and low top sneakers are kind of like the hot trend right now for the moment. So I like Jordan 1 lows, not really personally for me, but I think these ones will probably be like a big hit. If they do drop like this. The medium olive, also, you got the Travis Scott vibes going on. So can you imagine if they were to drop these with like a backwards swoosh? People would be going absolutely nuts for these. So we'll see if these do actually make the final release schedule coming up for spring of 2026. But it doesn't stop there. We also got the Jordan 1 High OG Cool Gray, which when it comes to cool gray Jordans, we pretty much seen this color scheme applied to every single model. Some of the most iconic would probably be like, say, the Cool Gray 11s or Cool Gray 9s. You also got the 4s, but my favorite cool gray Jordan release would probably be the cool gray 3s, and that's just due simply to nostalgia. I think that was actually my first pair of Jordan 3s picking up back in the day when they dropped. It was like, I think like 05, 06, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but that's why I rock with those. But so many great cool gray Jordan releases. I'm missing some. Even had cool gray 6s, 10s, plus even more that I can't think of right off the top of my head. So I think it's cool to bring this familiar color blocking to one of Jordan Brand's most iconic models in the Jordan 1 High. Now, based off this mock-up image, it more so looks like kind of like a denim pair. But if Jordan Brand can get this one right, I think this will be a solid release. They may get comparisons to like, say, Shadows or something like that, but we'll see if Jordan Brand can pull this one off. Now, next up, we got a little clip here. This is the unboxing of the upcoming Jordan 3 Rare Air. And based off the box, it does appear, it looks like retailers are starting to get their early shipments in, which these are scheduled to kick off this summer with a release date currently for May 30th. So this is a nice one. It continues the Rare Air series, which as far as this one, if you already got the black cement 3s, you know, I would say you would definitely rock with these. But if you do already own the black cement 3s, you know, I don't know if these are enough to really make you go ahead and purchase these as well, unless you're just one of them like Jordan connoisseurs which buy up every pair. But based off this clip, joints are looking smooth. My favorite element would be the little back panel. It's just something about the contrast in white with the little red Nike logo on the back, which just sets these off. So I think this is a solid Jordan 3, but it will be interesting when these drop, because I think the demand will be just based off the stock. Let's say if these do drop limited, I'm guessing they're gonna sell out, fly off shelves really quick. But if they do drop a decent amount of pairs of these, I could see these maybe getting the Lucky Shorts Jordan 3 treatment. So stay tuned for that. We'll have to wait and see how the narrative plays out for this release. But based off this clip, I'm just stamping these right now. These are a solid pair of Jordan 3s. And then for the big news, of course, you know, everybody's excited about all of these sneakers. There's so many pairs dropping, but, you know, when it comes to like the hype beast, all they really care about is the shoes that hold a bunch of resale value. And as far as the next potential upcoming drop on the sneakers app, or next big high profile release that holds a lot of resale value, that would have to be the Jordan 4 SB Navies, which according to Eldon monitors, not only are we gonna be getting those hitting the sneakers app, but the Ama Mania 3s, you guys can also expect to see those joints dropping as well. But I would say just based off the resale value, you guys know everybody's going to be checking more so for these SB4s, which let's not even get the resale value into the conversation. These joints are just definitely a solid release. I think the gum bottom is a beautiful touch to all of these Jordan 4 SBs. And potentially we could see that this might be the last Jordan 4 SB, as you got rumors of an Air Max 95 SB dropping, an Air Force One. This could be the final Nike SB release. You saw that red pair ended up being just a friends and family drop. Now, based off the fact that these are going to be dropping in April, as we take a look at Nike sneakers app release schedule, if you scroll through, I mean, we got them Jordan 1 Rare Airs dropping soon. You got the Utah SBs, but absent from this release calendar would be those Jordan 4s. So with that being said, I feel like this release can go probably one of three ways. One, maybe we'll see them just drop in traditional sense, loaded up, you know, maybe a few days ahead of the official drop. Number two, we could maybe see, let's see, possibly Jordan Brand hit us with a good old-fashioned shock drop, or option number three, which we could maybe see exclusive access, just like we saw from Jordan 1 Unions, which as far as all three of those release methods, I feel like the best one would be for Jordan Brand to just hit us with a good old-fashioned shock drop, but not announce it. Don't let anybody know, you know what I'm saying? Just drop them at a random time, throw everybody off. I think that would give everybody the best chance to be able to grab these, just due to the fact that, you know, they got so much resale value, the scalpers, the hype beasts, everybody's gonna be going for these. But more so than likely, my guess would probably be that we'll see exclusive access, which if that happens to be the case, you already know it's just going to piss off everybody except for the people that do get exclusive access. But that's just a good way to leave a sour taste, in the mouth of consumers. All year we've seen Nike and Jordan Brand scale back the limited factor on a lot of these releases, and in return we're seeing many people pissed off. But that's not everybody. A lot of people do appreciate the fact of the chase, the hunt for these shoes. They do like their shoes having resale value and everything like that, and it just makes the releases feel a little bit more special. But it seems like, based off the comment section, or at least over here, it seems to be rubbing a lot of you guys the wrong way. So stay tuned for more details on this drop. I'm not saying it will happen probably this week, more so likely you guys can look forward to this happening within the next couple of weeks or so. So keep it locked for all of the updates. Again, this is a highly sought after release. We originally saw these drop during NBA All-Star Weekend, so that was all the way back in February. We've been seeing pairs hit the skate shop, and we're just waiting for that official sneakers app drop. And as far as these sneaker insiders, they're saying that there are pairs loaded up on the back end, so more so than likely we can look forward to an April release. It's just a matter of when. So I'm not going to throw out a date or anything like that, but just stay tuned for more details on this release, and good luck to everybody trying to cop for this sneaker. Man, these joints definitely go crazy. Nice pair. Would I say they're touching the original pine green pair? Probably not, but still a great sneaker. So before we bounce, guys, let's get into today's poll of the day, where I simply asked you guys, how would you rate Jordan Brand so far here in 2025? So we had about 1,000 votes, to which surprisingly the majority of you guys coming in here at 36% actually gave Jordan Brand an A. So I found that to be surprising. I think most people base their rating just off of the type of releases, but if they would actually factor in the way that these pairs have been rolled out, the limited factors, they might actually reconsider that grade. So this dude put, I'm giving them a D. They're making it impossible to cop, and living in a Midwest city that gets no love on drops or releases. I'm tired of seeing the same cities get all access to the hype shoes. Yeah, most def, I could feel exactly where you're coming from, and it's definitely been a clear strategy of Nike to roll out a lot of these city exclusive drops in some of the more main cities. So for people in the Midwest, or like myself, that live in a smaller town, I guess Nike just doesn't give a shit about us or whatever. Somebody put D, nearly impossible to cop anything. All right. Somebody put, they're going above and beyond, like there's huge competition. I definitely appreciate it though. Facts, like they're already the leaders, but they want to make sure that these drops are selling out, and it just creates a trickle down effect. It creates people more interested in the brand, to which Nike feels like that would translate into them buying more of their products, which I feel like, probably is the case. Most people won't see it that way, but I feel like that is the case. Somebody put, if YouTube allowed a fifth option for polls, I would vote F. Yeah, most def. Unfortunately, I couldn't throw an F. V for show put, you don't have F plus because they're making it bad to get shoes when they're only running limited quantities and overcharging on resale. All right, so I feel like most people just seem to be pissed. But here we got somebody saying, I'll give them a B. Great selection of drops this year. However, scaling back on production when they're finally start releasing some heavy hitters is whack. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. As far as releases, I would give them an A, but just the fact that a lot of these sneakers seem to be unobtainable for the most, it makes me kind of reconsider. And I think B is more of a fair grade, but like to just go ahead and give them an F, like y'all are just hating. My boy Bread and Butter said A plus, giving extra credit. Of course you would say that, because he cops everything. Somebody put awesome drops this year, but when nobody can buy them, it leaves a sour taste in the customer's mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth, bro. Salute. You must watch the channel a lot. Rap Boy said F minus for falling off. I don't know about that, bro, but I definitely could get a little chuckle out of that. This dude put, they get a C. They have 5 sneakers that came out so far. Unfortunately, some were very limited. Yeah. C, it's been impossible to cop Jordans this year for some reason. F, they pushing me to consider reps. Yeah, so just as I mentioned, it feels like A for the type of releases, but I guess, shit, you could even give them a D for just how limited and tough these sneakers are, which kind of would put them into that B, C category if we're just keeping things all the way honest. So as far as Jordan Brand, I mean, shit, we're only in April right now. We got a long ways to go, a lot more great pairs to drop, but so far they're bringing the heat, they're bringing the excitement, and whether you love it or hate it, you got to appreciate the fact that Jordan Brand is definitely doing their thing here in 2025. So salute, guys. That's all I got for y'all today. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate it, man. I need everybody's help. Show some love here on the channel. Drop your feedback. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. J.A., I'm out. Love.